So, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm doing good. What about your evening? Is there any special program?
Nothing. Just my mother came to my room. Just look after like that. It is just
Look after means?
you can say just asking about what's happening here. Look after in the
Hmm.
sense you can say in the Hindi we call nirikshon. No, dekhval like that.
Okay, Dekhbhal Nirekshan. So today, I watched the news and there was one actor, Allu Arjun. His movie
Mm.
Pushpa 2 is, I think, released and they held a premiere in Hyderabad.
Yes.
Yes. So there were, stampede. So what do you think? Why people are so much fascinated watching some celebrities?
Well, I also heard about this news. I mean, it is the news 2 day back, and
Yes.
today I read it on the newspaper, and I was very surprised that Starlet. Why? I mean, I'm looking out of these things because we are so curious to know. Even the one who died, that is the woman. So you can understand
Yes.
how the
One
people
woman
are so.
died and his son is also injured.
Yes. So yes, and so this the same kind of the we can say the premiere was organized by the Allu Arjun in the Bihar also, in the Patna. So I think this happened in the Hyderabad, but I don't know
Hmm.
really about that why they are so curious. I mean, watching the actors and nowadays and the we can say these kind of parties we can say so-called parties so famous, like they
Hmm.
are so like just looking after and just watching the actors in the real physical they she died just because she want to watch the actor and she has
Hmm.
gone away by her life. And but I think the best thing is that the actor realized his mistake and he
Hmm.
apologized that, and he also announced that he would provide 25 lakh rupees to
Hmm.
deceased
Hmm.
the I mean
Hmm.
the family member. That is good thing, but I would say
Hmm.
these kind of things are not so good for the common beings because
Hmm.
actors are just actor. What happened in the south, I don't know what whether it is happen in the the northern part of India or not. But in the south, the people look at the actors as a god. Even
Hmm.
Rajnikant also is perceived by the
Hmm.
people. Of course, for the
Hmm.
respecting the someone is very good thing, but you are going there and then stampede like that. So we don't know like and the same in the stampede had happened in UP also. That was not the Bollywood actor.
Hmm.
That was the Saint, and so
Hmm.
that
Hmm.
and around the more than 100s of the people they were killed, which is the few months back then that incident. So when I was reading these things about Lurazun, I was totally shocked that how the someone may be so so passionate just to watch a actors, and it is very you can say very
Hmm.
tragic things. It should not be occurred.
I think in the arrangement there is some loopholes.
Yes, a loophole. But what I believe that, like if we have the like arrangement, we have made the arrangements for the 1 lakh,
Hmm.
the people's, more than that. So that there should be the security arrangement, which were not there. So you mentioned about the loophole. Of course, there were the loopholes. Like what I believe that if we have the arranged the security for the 1 lakh, the populations, the people, so the people should be less than that, not the more than that, because we
Hmm.
don't know what happens. Sometimes people just think that they will watch the actor
Because
and
I read the exits door were closed. All the exits door were closed.
yes, and also the government also should take the strict action because they should not give such the permission for organizing for holding the premier like that come
Yes.
the and we all know that this picture is so famous across the world, not just in India, across the world.
Hmm.
So I think somewhere more than the actors the flaws, I believe that is the government flaws, that you know very well that how the people are so passionate, so propelled to watch
Hmm.
the premiere of that. So they should have taken the step in regardless of that, that there should not be any kind of flaws and impediment which had happened. And I would say thank to the God that only one person died, and the I
Hmm.
mean we can say the mortality may be more than that. So what we
Hmm.
do in that case? So of course
Hmm.
the left
I
side
think
from the
government should pass some laws
yes
because
right.
they should decide number of people because sometimes it is overcrowded.
Yes, overcrowded, and like what I believe that they can go for. like for the watching the actors. But if we organize any we call jagrans, I mean religious the things, the people not go there, but
Hmm.
just for they are just going for the watching the actors. If we see that there are no religious the processions, so the people will not go
Hmm.
there. And I was also
Hmm.
watching a videos from the one Punjabi singer. I don't know his
Hmm.
name. His name is like
Diljit
those.
Dosanjh.
Yes, exactly. So the same things
Hmm.
also had happened in his like the
Hmm.
what we call. I'm not recounting that thing. So something also had happened in his programs in the. It was I think in the Gujarat.
Hmm.
So
I
this
think organizers are responsible.
yes, absolutely. They are completely responsible for all of these things because ultimately
Hmm.
they are playing with the lives of the common people because people are their fans, so they would be very passionate, impatient to watch them. But it is their responsibility that how the arrangement are there, and if anything happens, so ultimately they would be responsible. But they are the rich people. Ultimately, the causes are to the common people, the poor people.
Hmm. Yes.
Right. So, like, okay, I want to ask you one thing. Like, these kind of programs where what I believe that the people from the each and every age, starting from the like 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, even more than that, even men, the women, they all goes there. So, what do you think? Like, if the someone is the 50 plus, so is this right to go their concert? It is time for a what I believe it's the man or the woman. If you are the 50
Mm-hmm.
plus, so it is not time for you to go there to watch the movies. You can watch, but
Mm-hmm.
not like like appearing in the Dilip Dosanjh concert. That is not the right thing. Ultimately, it's time for
Mm-hmm.
you to go for the religious things. Visit Mathura, Brindavans, and I mean any other place wherever you want to go, but not in the concert. So, what will be impact of all of that on the we can say
But
our
every
upcoming
person
children?
had their own mindset and perception.
Yes, they have. But if anything happens, so why you belong to the particular government? If there is any government in the state, so people say that why the government is not so mindful, why the government didn't take any actions. Ultimately, you are the responsible. If you don't go and if you don't really there, so there will be nothing happen. But somewhere, of
Mm.
course, government also take the step, but the people are also responsible because in the Allu
Mm.
Arjun that premiere, more than 2 lakhs people were there. They were
Mm.
emas there. So
Mm.
if that could be like maintained in the right way, so that one person the life could be saved.
Mm. Mm. Yes, and it's my opinion. Like if you are a family person, so you should avoid these kind of gathering,
Yeah,
and you should never go with your family.
yes, and particular to the childrens and the women's.
Yes. Mm.
And but
Yes.
what happened? But what happened nowadays? They go with the women's, they go with the children. They try to show up
Mm.
that we have the full freedom. We care of our family. They try to show up going there.
Yes.
And I was watching a concert of the Dilip Dosanjh once again in the Lucknow.
Mm-hmm.
The girls are crying for him just for handing the shaking the hand, and they were crying like weeping, the tears
Mm.
fill with the eyes. I fill with the tears. I was literally I was laughing just for a song. You are like crying. So why you will be not cry for
Mm.
your parents, you will not cry for the god, you will cry for just a singer? Is this
Mm.
hypocrisy?
Yes.
This is just hypocrisy.
Yeah, they are madly, love their
Yeah.
celebrity, I can say.
uh, that is not the love. That is not the love. That is where love is like like very different what we think about.
Like in Jaipur, there is a mall, WTP, World Trade, I think. In that mall, most of the celebrities coming there for their film promotion.
Yes, and Gurgaon is very much famous for the concert.
Yes. Huh.
Yes. Right. So this
But
is
I think we should take decision as per our situation, and we should always avoid to take our family in these kind of gathering and crowded place.
right. So have you noticed that all of these concert they have started maybe from my perspective since the COVID-19. Before that, these kind of things
Hmm.
were not and I
Hmm.
believe that these things are influenced by the Western countries, USA, UK,
Hmm.
Western part. India,
Hmm.
because these
Hmm.
things were not in India. But after the COVID-19, things changed a lot, and now these things are being happen.
Because culture is spreading globally. That is the reason.
It is not conversant with the Indian culture. Indian
Hmm.
culture doesn't allow all of these things. But yes, we are in the modern era, so we should customize with I mean as per
Hmm.
the time is passing. So we should be like the tailor with that. But somewhere I
Hmm.
think uh, the life is very precious. We get the life only the once time. Just for
Hmm.
your favorite celebrities, you are going there. That is very very disturbing. It's not about just this film. We have seen a lot of the things. Even
Hmm.
the public release, also in the leaders release. When they organize the release during the elections, so we see that and
Hmm.
the
Hmm.
embarrassing. But in UP we have the not just in UP in India we have the Kumbh Mela in the UP, in the
Hmm.
Prayagraj,
Hmm.
and so
Hmm.
government has done very remarkable thing. They have made a very separate district for the for the like Kumbh Mela, so that they can make the
Hmm.
security arrangement very fully, very
Hmm.
concrete, very strong.
Hmm. Hmm.
Because before this Kumbh Mela, there was also a stampede, and more than the 70
Hmm.
people were killed.
Yes. Hmm.
So what I believe that like this is the same kind of the steps should be taken by each and every government, whether they are in the
Hmm.
fairs, whether they are the consulate and the film in the premiums or anything,
Hmm.
because the security is I think should be at the peak.
Yes. Great.
तो आज की कॉन्वर्जेशन के बाद है डेली यूज कुछ सेंटेंस। पहला सेंटेंस है, इंटरव्यू के सवालों के बारे में सोचने से ही मुझे घबराहट होने लगती है। थिंकिंग अबाउट इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस मेक मी एंशियस। थिंकिंग अबाउट इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस मेक मी एंशियस। या इसे ऐसे भी बोल सकते हैं, आई गेट नर्वस एट द थॉट ऑफ इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चंस। आई गेट नर्वस एट द थॉट ऑफ इंटरव्यू questions. I feel jittery when I think about interview questions. I feel jittery when I think about interview questions. अगला सेंटेंस है, सफलता केवल मज़े और आराम की बात नहीं है, इसके लिए कड़ी मेहनत करनी पड़ती है। सक्सेस इज नॉट ऑल बियर एंड स्किटल्स, इट रिक्वायर्स हार्ड वर्क। सक्सेस इज नॉट ऑल बियर एंड स्किटल्स, इट रिक्वायर्स हार्ड वर्क। अगला सेंटेंस है, छोटी छोटी बात में परेशान मत हुआ करो। डोंट गेट योर टिंसल इन अ टैंगल। डोंट गेट योर टिंसल इन अ टैंगल। अगला सेंटेंस है, परीक्षा के नतीजे का इंतज़ार करना मुझे घबराहट देता है। वेटिंग फॉर द एग्ज़ाम रिजल्ट्स गिव मी हीबी-जीबीज। वेटिंग फॉर द एग्ज़ाम रिजल्ट्स गिव मी हीबी-जीबीज। हीबी-जीबी का मतलब होता है नर्वसनेस, एंजाइटी होना। अगला सेंटेंस है, बुखार आने के बाद मेरी सेहत बिगड़ने लगी। आफ्टर गेटिंग फीवर माई हेल्थ स्टार्टेड डिटोरिएटिंग। आफ्टर गेटिंग फीवर माई हेल्थ स्टार्टेड डिटोरिएटिंग। दो एग्जाम्पल्स और है हीवी जीवी के, जैसे ये, उस अंधेरी गली से गुजरने पर मुझे अजीब सा डर लगने लगा। वॉकिंग थ्रू दैट डार्क एली गेव मी द हीबी-जीबीज। वॉकिंग थ्रू दैट डार्क एली गेव मी द हीबी-जीबीज। अगला है एग्जाम्पल, मकड़ियों के बारे में सोचने से मुझे हमेशा अजीब सी घबराहट होती है। द थॉट ऑफ स्पाइडर्स ऑलवेज गिव्स मी द हीबी-जीबीज। द थॉट ऑफ स्पाइडर्स ऑलवेज गिव्स मी द हीबी-जीबी। सेंटेंस है, अब पछताने का कोई फ़ायदा नहीं है। देर इज़ नो यूज क्राइंग ओवर स्पिल्ड मिल्क नाउ। ये एक ईडियम है जिसे हम इस सेंटेंस के लिए यूज कर सकते हैं। देर इज़ नो यूज क्राइंग ओवर स्पिल्ड मिल्क नाउ। अगला है इसको बनाने का तरीका, नो यूज ऑफ पिनिंग एंड विनिंग नाउ। नो यूज ऑफ पिनिंग एंड विनिंग नाउ। और यू कैन से, देर इज़ नो पॉइंट इन ड्वेलिंग ऑन द पास्ट। देर इज़ नो पॉइंट इन ड्वेलिंग ऑन द पास्ट।